Hello and welcome to a very special edition of The Agenda, coming to you from the headquarters of the Cyprus Broadcasting Corporation, CYBC, while China discusses the details of its next 5-year plan in Beijing. Here in Nicosia, an incredible mix of politicians, academics and broadcast experts have gathered for the China-Cyprus-Europe Media Forum, an event designed to consider how increasing media exchanges and cooperation can shape a better future for relations between China and Cyprus and indeed the rest of Europe. Joining me here to consider that, and especially the role of technology in our shared future, are Thanasis Tsokos, Director General of the Cyprus Broadcasting Corporation, Zhen, Vice President of Kuaishou Technology, Rita Fatiguso, China expert and former Beijing correspondent of the Italian channel Il Sole 24 Ore, Xiaoguang from the Communication University of China in Beijing, and Elli Kotziamani, Chair of the Cyprus Media Ethics Committee and Director of the News Department at the Greek Network and One. All of you, welcome to The Agenda. Thanasis, let me start with you, because today's forum has been all about cooperation. Where are you seeing that already happening between Cyprus and China, and where would you like to see more?
What we try to do through this event, actually, is to build bridges between Europe, China and Cyprus, and to exchange ideas, thoughts and experiences, because it's a new era. We have to face many different issues in our topic, in our new digital world. So that's why we are all of us here, and actually to find the common mission between all the organizations and the two countries, Cyprus, China, the Europe as well, for innovation, to see how we can defend our societies from the fake news, for example, and all these hot issues that we face every single moment, trying to communicate with our people and the society. That's why we are here. And it was a very interesting, actually, forum, according to the speeches and the professors. That's why I'm very happy, the ambassador is very happy as well for the results.
Elli, would you agree with that? Forums like this, bringing Cyprus and China, and indeed Europe more broadly, closer together. Where would you like to see improvements?
Well, let me start by saying that I describe today's forum as a milestone in this way forward to cooperation. I was lucky enough to be with Thanasis in China 7 years ago when this discussion of cooperation first began. And this exchange, I do hope that it will have a continued effort and maybe make this media forum a yearly event, either here in Cyprus or in China, and have this exchange to the benefit, I believe, of both media sectors in China and in Cyprus.
Okay.
And the society,
indeed,
at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to go to the end of the line now, to you, Professor Fu, because I wonder what you think, and indeed what your students think. You know, is there a sense that there could be more media cooperation between Europe and Cyprus and China?
Yes, absolutely. So if we look at the human history, how culture evolves, we may learn from our own history. We may, sometimes the society is stimulated by new technologies, but to introduce a new culture into its original system is one of the most important ways, which brings more perspective, more insights. So I do believe that collaborations between Europe and China could bring us more opportunities and find something that we have in common.
I'm glad you brought up new technology, because that leads me very nicely onto you, Zhen, because the media, especially in news and the way we consume it, has changed beyond all recognition. What role do you think that short-form platforms like yours, Kuaishou, and also the likes of TikTok, has played in that altered media landscape?
Thank you. The social media in the internet time has gone through some changes in the past years. It started from the words, and then it's evolved to the images. And later on, it's now into the time of videos. Video is a higher level of communication in terms of the social media. So basically, the short video has a lot of advantages of communication. To give an example, it can be, there's a very low barrier of doing the short video. It can be spread very fast and in a very wide range of societies. So you can use the time, your fragmented time, like in the subway station, like in the hospital, or in the restaurant, to watch the video. So a lot of traditional medias in China, like the TV stations or newspapers, they open official accounts on our platform, which helped the audience to get access to the information more conveniently.
And I'm going to stay with you because, of course, that there's AI, isn't it? And at this week's party plenum in Beijing, we got some clear signals, policy signals, that AI is going to be a strategic priority in the next 5-year plan.
Right.
China's already leading the way in terms of AI governments, but I wonder how you think China, or what China is doing, can maybe have an impact on global regulation models.
So when the new thing was introduced, there are advantages and disadvantages, double-edged sword. So we need to try to take our efforts to take the advantages of the new thing, and at the same time try to make it being regulated in the right way at development. For now, China has more than 5,000 AI enterprises operating in China. Yeah. So China is in a leading position in doing making the regulations and to make the AI to be developed in a healthy way. But I do think that AI, of course, it's helped us to improve the efficiency of our work and to expand our imagination. But at the same time, it can cause problems like the intellectual property, like the ethical problems. So I think we need joint efforts by the government, by the industry, by the universities, and all of the other people involved to do the regulations, to do the framework of the regulations together. And China's experience in this way can be get some experience for other countries to learn. But I think for each individual country, they have their specific situation. We need to do it according to our history, religion, policy, and the population.
Okay, so let's talk about the specific situation here, because Thanasis, earlier on, you showed me some of the gadgets and gizmos from the early days of the Cyprus Broadcasting Corporation, the antiquities, if you like, and you told me, look, then you bring visitors here to the studio and you show them modern times. How is AI changing the way that you run CYBC, and where do you think there might be opportunities for further collaboration in those areas?
Actually, AI changed our life anyway. So AI changed our daily, let's say, production line and the production of news anyway. What we try to do now is to find the new audience, the young generation, through the social media. This is the priority of our station, CYBC now. So we try to use AI. We try to be in touch with European Broadcasting Union and through their platforms to use all the informations are necessary for this. And we are in a very, very good way actually using AI. There is a special European program through EBU organization, the European Perspective. We use this at least 20 countries. We use AI to translate and produce or actually reproduce program or interviews or any other informations from other member states of EBU. So, okay, we need more steps, but we already are in the field of AI era.
Elli, we have to talk about the ethical challenges that AI presents. I keep hearing the words, fake news or deep fake whenever I think of AI and the media. As head of Cyprus's Media Ethics Committee, how are you dealing with it?
Well, I'd say that we are proud that we can be the ones who can give maybe in this exchange of experience with China, our experience in self-regulation in terms of ethical matters, especially in new technologies. The Cyprus Media Ethics Committee has adopted a new provision in its code of conduct, especially on AI, and it has also proceeded with guiding lines to journalists and media in Cyprus on how, when AI is used in media newsrooms, it should be, first of all, clear to the audience that it is used. Because the main risk is that if you do not know the source of an information, a photograph or some video material, and maybe the real source is AI, it has the danger of all you described, fake news and deep fake and all that. So it's steps each journalist and each media should take in order to make sure that the material that goes out to the public is true, and of course it is to the benefit of the people.
Professor Fu, what we're talking about here is how people can be prepared to use AI creatively but also responsibly, rather than depending on it. I wonder, how is AI changing the way that people are preparing for a career in the media?
So when I communicate with my students, I think the relationship has changed profoundly, if not permanently. So in the past, in a classroom, as a teacher, theoretically, I know more than the students, and I should deliver my knowledge to the students in front of me. But now, to a certain area, probably we are starting at the same line. And to be honest, for certain subject, maybe the students know more than me. In other words, they are my teacher. So we are at the same line. And there's something I'd like to discuss with you. So I've been thinking about this recently. Maybe some students believe that knowing the pathway to knowledge is equivalent to understanding the knowledge itself. But I think that's different. So maybe at the end of the class, when you prepare for your career in the future, we need to examine what you personally have learned from the class, rather than knowing what AI can realize for you. So that's the difference.
Zhen, so often with technology, we need to learn how to trust it, how to trust AI, don't we? I mean, how is Kuaishou technology trying to build trust? I mean, you worked with the WHO to tackle misinformation on health issues around the time of the COVID pandemic, didn't you?
Yes. I think for AI, if AI is wanted to be used by a tool of the general public, trust must be established between the public and the AI product. So basically for Kuaishou, this platform is built on the principle of trust. It's built on the principle of trust, means that the audience of the platform, the trust the KOLs, the content creators on the platform. So during the COVID time, we try to show the public what is the right way to do the protection of themselves, and what kind of things they need to use. So this can help quite a lot to help the people to establish a right way to protect themselves from being insulted by the virus.
Rita, I want to hear a little bit more from you about how AI can be really helpful in the work of a journalist, transcribing interviews, speeding up the editing process. Where do you see the benefits and what terrifies you?
It's not only a question of to be more quick, but to be more reliable. And I mean, the principle of our work will remain the same. What changes is the way in which we are looking at the sources and we transfer this to our audience. So I agree with Mr. Liu and also with that. They said it's very important to do something that has been made and reached thanks to AI must be recognizable. You should know that part of that work has been done thanks to artificial intelligence. It's very difficult. China recently, since the 1st of September, introduced a new regulation platform like the one of Mr. Liu. They must provide a certification that all the tools are made, some of the tools, music, voices, or that are made by. Will be very difficult from also the Western world to agree, because the principle is very, it's right. We can agree on that, but sometimes it's very difficult to provide all this. So just to say that this is very important. My work daily should be related with all the old principles, so to be really reliable, but we can be very loyal with our audience or readers or other people. If we are using AI, we must be really clear that we did it thanks also to that. I don't know if what do you think about Mr. Liu about this kind of new regulations? It will be very difficult to implement them.
I agree, but I do think that this kind of regulations, if you look back at the history of the development of short videos and the live streaming when it first came out, people are worried about the regulation issues of this kind, the new thing, very much. But later on, in the very beginning, there are problems. They did happen, but later on, people try to figure out the right path of the development of the short video. It's now quite on a quite healthy way now.
Mm-hmm. It's a long process, isn't it? And lots of conversations that they need to keep on happening.
Absolutely.
Thanasis, Xi Jinping has emphasised the concept of new productive forces in terms of integration of modern technology into the way we live, into the way we work. What do you think that means in terms of the media sector? Is it robots replacing presenters like me, AI-generated voiceovers? What sort of AI is going to really lead that transformation?
AI is an instrument.
Yeah, the tool.
And it's a tool. Behind, in front.
Yes, absolutely.
We are, all of us, the producers, the journalists, and all of us. It's a tool. It's not, we cannot put an AI in the position of a journalist.
Absolutely.
We cannot change the production line. The production line is still remain the same. What we need is to include in this unit, in this chapter, in this dialogue, three very important words for me. It's the culture, how we use AI, the culture of the tool. The second is, it's an instrument. As an instrument, we need regulations. As Elli said before, we need to decide what we want and in which level and how we can work with this instrument. But the most important word for me, according to Professor Voulivis' lecture today at Mimis Sophocleus, is the ethics.
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 Yeah.
Starting from many, many centuries before, because our actually civilizations are old enough, we can decide what ethics we need and the environment in this tool, actually. This is the most important thing. 3 basic words. It's an instrument, ethics, culture, and regulation.
So, yeah, so I mean, we're all talking here about the digital transformation, how it's reshaping journalism, but is it also fragmenting audiences? I wonder if you worry or if you're excited.
I'll add another word to these 3 words that Thanasis said. Control.
Yeah, it's a regulation.
Yes, if you have control over the tool, and a human has control over the tool, then the audience will have less danger to face. The risk will be limited, definitely. You can use the tool for all those technical, even though, it will diminish people working in the media sector. And it will need to bring the cost of I take responsibility higher.
Yeah.
And that's I think the thing we have to think about most. Where do you draw the line of the use of AI so that it won't have cost? It's easy to say that they will replace people on television because they look better, but where does human feeling go, which is very important? And to my knowledge, when you investigate in journalism, you use your experience, you use your, we always say you have a journalistic nose, your instincts. I don't think that any AI in the future will have those instincts and make sure that they research all around an event and present it afterwards to the public.
Well, while we're talking about control and that regulation, Zhen, China has AI pilot zones around the country, in Beijing, in Shanghai, in Shenzhen, and it's all about supporting local innovation ecosystems. Do you think that sort of thing, can you see that sort of thing being rolled out in partnerships here in Cyprus, in other parts of Europe, to foster that start-up mentality?
Yeah, China is, a lot of local governments in China has been issued a lot of policies to stimulate the development of the AI products and industry. I do believe that during this process, they have accumulated a lot of experiences in how to encourage the entrepreneurs to invest and to focus on the development of the AI industry. I believe this can be also used in the cooperations between different countries. And of course, I think that for Cyprus, we can find appropriate partners to cooperate with.
Yeah. Professor Fu, where do you see the potential for more collaboration between China, Cyprus, and wider Europe?
I think that AI is a tool and is the main topic that we are focusing about. But now we are talking about something even bigger. We need to see the bigger picture besides AI. It's like the culture exchange. We talk about media convergence a lot, but maybe we need to talk about culture convergence in the future, even a little bit more. So I do hope that more collaborations between Europe and China could generate more ideas and find common interest between us.
Thanasis, look, the media landscape is changing on almost a daily basis. You talked about the focus on young people, and you're doing that through social media. But with that come the social responsibilities of content providers. It becomes increasingly vital. So how is CYBC dealing with that? Potential hiccups?
Between the European countries, the countries of Middle East and North Africa. What I want to say is that there is a dialogue process in all levels. That's why we are here now, to find solutions in our common, actually, problems, and all this for the goodness of our societies. Okay, some organizations are in front. It's logical. Some other follow. That's why we are here, to exchange ideas and experiences to build a new era.
Let's look into the future. Rita, where do you see the real opportunities of bringing China and Europe closer together through media, through new technology?
Well, I think that maybe now there is this very friendly, open visa from China, no? So it's very open to visitors, to young people visiting the country, and this kind of exchange because China remains something very, very exotic, to be honest. No, if you see promoting new exchanges of young people in Europe and also in China should be very, very important. I mean, just because they are also, as we were talking before, no, about this very important platform, they are looking for young people. So the young generation are very, very important to boost this kind of relation, this kind of exchange. I think we should more look at this kind of bridge between the two areas of the world, Europe and China, I'm sure.
Zhen, would you agree with that? Where do you see technology, innovation and AI taking us all in the near future?
Yeah, as I said, I do believe that AI is obviously it's helping us to improve the efficiency of our work and expand our imagination. But at the same time, I do think that AI, compared with the humankind, it lacks of the imagination, creation. It doesn't have personal feelings. It doesn't have the special perspectives from the humankind. So, but there's one thing I want to say, that no matter you like it or not, AI is on the way. It's going to affect your life, your study, and your work. So try to accept it and learn how to live harmoniously with AI.
Yeah, we will have to live with it. So we must be trained on how to use it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The public needs to be trained. This also has to do with media literacy, which we did not touch at all, but it's very important. The public should be trained in order to distinguish when what it has before it is AI produced, generated, or human generated. Very important. Thank you.
I want to add in Elli's statement, the society have to learn through the school and education programs from young ages.
Absolutely.
Not in general, to educate the society.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Also,
to educate the society properly through the education system. This is a fact today. We must talk to the young generation how the system works, the dangers, the opportunities, and how this tool is there to help us, not to help them, or to help the tool.
We do have to leave it there, but thank you all so much. Thank you, Thanasis, Tsokos, Elli, Kotziamani, Zhen, Rita, Fatiguso, and of course, Xiaoguang. Thank you all. Remember, you can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find more agenda content on CGTN Europe's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube channels. Until next time, goodbye.
The most interesting questions.
Are there other living beings beyond Earth?
Will man or machine be in charge?
Great question.
always have more than one answer
Well, hold on, let me just draw up a list.
and always come from more than one person.
That's where the credibility lies.
The concept of having a machinery which is alive and evolving didn't wait for us.
The end of inequality of incomes and wealth around the world, can you imagine how difficult that is at the moment to achieve?
Every episode, Stephen Cole, Murray Beveridge, and some of the brightest minds out there shed light on the answers to some of the most intriguing questions.
There are two ways of looking at this.
Machines can't really discriminate between civilian and military targets.
The Answers Project.
Maybe we need to just look at this in a bit more detail.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
The Answers Project, a new podcast from CGTN Europe.